You do not need everything to be perfect to get out of depression. I myself, I have a bank account that is decreasing over time and a bunch of money saved up years ago. It's mostly gone now. That's a source of stress. Like, it is the case. I still don't feel depressed on a regular basis. I did for a decade straight. I probably more than that. I started feeling depressed when I was like 12. And then for the first time when I was probably like 28, 27, something like that, it just disappeared. I'd done a whole bunch of fucking work ahead of that, right? But getting rid of it does not mean that your source of stress, that everything is perfect. That's none of that shit means, right? I still want to get in better shape. I still want to get in a better spot financially. I still want to improve in a bunch of places. I just don't hate myself at the same time. And I used to. So it doesn't mean that you have to have a fucking perfect life. It doesn't mean you have to have all this shit figured out. That's not at all required. But it is a commitment to figuring out, how do I actually treat myself like someone I love? And it is a commitment to figuring out, how can I try to get rid of some of the sources of stress in my life so that I start to feel safe. Because depression is both the development of self-love, the recognition of self-love, and the ability to start to feel safe. It's both. But you do not need to be perfect. My life is not perfect. It has a lot of fucking issues. And I still do not feel depressed. So if that's where you've been stuck, I hope this helps.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
The thing about being low income is that it's different for all of us, and that's okay. There's such a huge span of what low income is, and poverty, which could also be considered low income. And in the US right now, 30 to 52K is low income, which blows my mind. That's a lot of money. And I don't know why people are talking about the fact that we currently are in a worse space than they were during the Great Depression. Like, this is going to be in history and we're not talking about it. It's okay that you're not doing well. None of us are, and it's hard. Remember to keep up on your budgeting, because that is the only way we're gonna get through this.
Okay, so this might not be true for everyone. We know we're in a recession and there's certain things that make it hard for people to save money, such as not having enough to begin with. But for me personally, when I am depressed or really sad about something, that's when I find myself spending the most money and going over budget, which is something that I cannot afford to do, like most people. So if this is applicable to you, maybe you want to sit with yourself and ask yourself why this is the way you tend to sabotage yourself. For me, I came to the conclusion that I would self-sabotage in that way because growing up, I didn't have a lot of money. I grew up low income. So in those moments when I'm really sad and depressed, my brain goes, life's not going to get any better anyway, might as well spend the money. So if you feel like this is you, I encourage you to sit with yourself and understand why you feel this way so that you can improve your relationship with money and ultimately your relationship with yourself.
Y'all, I got to work early today. But while I was driving to work, I was just thinking like, bro, what if I wasn't really depressed? What if I was just broke? Like, because ever since I started back working full time, even though I only been working for a week, but I was just thinking like, the fact that I know this guaranteed check is coming every other Friday, it just brings me so much joy, because the up and down with being an entrepreneur, it's just, it does something to you. Like, but I am so happy. Isn't that, I thought I was gonna be sad that I wasn't doing nails full time. Like, I thought I was gonna feel like, dang, I'm backtracking. I feel, but honestly, like, I am happy. Like, and guess what? I can still do nails. I can still do nails. Like, I'm available to do nails on the weekends, and I love doing nails. So it's like, and I can still keep my loyal clients. Like, it's enough of y'all for me to operate on the weekends, and I love that for me. But it's Friday. I hope y'all have a good day. I'm about to go in here because I literally been like running in all week. So I want to show them that I can like be early and, you know, like have my stuff together. Okay, bye.
You know what's frustrating? Money is my number one stressor. I work every fucking day. I have like 3 or 4 jobs. I work every day, and it's so frustrating that I am working just to pay bills. And it's so frustrating. I want to work take myself out to go out. I want to work to buy my kids anything they want. You know, I want to work to go out. I want to work, take myself out to eat. I want to work to hang out with my friends and have spending money. But no, I'm just fucking working to pay bills. And sometimes that's not even enough. I work every day and it's so frustrating, you know? So I wouldn't wish seeing well on anyone. And when I say that, it's the financial part. Financially, it's fucking hard. It's so hard. So I want you to love someone. You're not alone. I know it's hard. It's so fucking hard financially. Everything is fucking expensive, and you feel like it's like shit. You know it's not gonna be forever. You know it's gonna be temporary. But it's like when am I gonna be financially good? And it's just like we're always gonna have this fucking problem, you know. So I just want you, I'm just speaking out loud. You loves aren't alone. I know it's hard. It's extremely hard, but it will. It has to. It has to get better. You know. You just keep going. Even on the days you don't feel like it, you know? So yeah, I'm about to get ready to go to bed. And I just want you to love so much you're not alone. And it does get better. It will. Sometimes when you're not focused on the negative, which is hard. But I love you and I hope you have a great weekend. I really do. Better than mine.
Sister, are you really depressed? Or is it that check don't hit till next week and you do for a maintenance day? You want to get your hair done. Your nails looking a little scraggly. Because, when you look good, you feel good. So are you really depressed? Or are you just broke right now?
Hey, my name is Manny. I am paying off $30,000 worth of credit card debt this year. Well, I started this year. And this is such an important comment. I feel like what we don't do enough, I don't know, sorry, why am I doing this? What we don't do enough when we talk about debt and finances is we don't talk about how intermingled they are with mental health. And I was just listening to the Frugal Friends podcast, which is one of my favorite finance podcasts to listen to. And they were talking about how money can impact your mental health and your mental health can impact how you spend your money. And I think that's so important. We don't talk about how, depression, anxiety, all these things can impact the way we spend and can lead us to doing spending that maybe isn't typical for us, or puts us into a situation in which then our spending impacts our mental health. So if you're not thinking about your mental health when you're thinking about your spending and vice versa, you're not considering the whole picture. I think it's super important that we do that.
Baby, we are about to hit a depression, like really, really bad, really, 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 really bad. And it's kind of sad, but at the same time, you can't sit around here and whine. This is like, bitch, no break, stay gas, bitch. If you with a motherfucker who don't know how to hustle, who don't know how to get out their ass, put their pride aside and go get some money, leave that motherfucker alone. If you with a bitch who don't know how to sacrifice, bitch, put her hair in a ponytail and get some box braids, call it a motherfucker day, leave that hoe alone. If you with a motherfucker who don't know how to say, you know what, bitch, I'm gonna eat these ramen noodles, I'm gonna cook these kids some food, let's just go ahead and prep these meals. This is not the time of I deserve, bitch. This is the time, bitch. Everything gotta make sense, bitch. Everything gotta make sense, because if you don't, you're gonna fall real bad.
This might be a bit unpopular and harsh, but quitting your job for mental health is a privilege that not a lot of people are able to do. I saw this comment that had said a lot of people give advice that they've never had to take, and I couldn't agree more with that. You'll see those videos of people saying, oh, I'm quitting my job today because it's allowing me mentally, all this other stuff. What they aren't telling you is they have extensive support from family, friends, partners, whatever, that will keep them afloat until they are able to find something else. It's by no way a fault to them. This is not something that they have to feel bad for or sorry for. But for people who might be seeing this in different situations, this is not applicable to you. If you do not have family that is willing to help you, if you do not have a partner that is willing to financially support you, if you grew up very poor, or you do not have a lot of money currently, this is unfortunately something that you are going to have to skip out on and tough it out. You will feel the effects of a lack of income very quickly. If another form of employment lined up, then that's different. But even something like taking a significant pay cut in honor of your mental health, unfortunately, is not something that many people have the privilege to do. So yeah, most of the videos probably aren't applicable to you.
This is gonna be the meanest video I've ever done, and honestly, I don't even care. I just watched a video about a girl complaining that she never has enough money and she feels stuck, and I honestly feel for her, I really do. The one thing that caught me off guard was the fact that you could tell this girl had a lot of Botox and her lips done, which easily is $2,000 right there. That's beside the fact. Your money issues have nothing to do with how much money you make. Your money issues have to do with your mindset around money. 2 years ago, when I started to work on my self-concept and my money mindset, the universe gave me so many fucking bills. I told you that my sister got married in June of 2022. We went to Greece. When I tell you I went to Greece with negative $900 in my bank account, it's because I had been starting to heal my relationship with money, and everything got way worse before it got better. I had bills coming out of my ears, but I stuck through it. I continued to work on my mindset when it came to money, and I sat down and I organized all my bills, and I was like, okay, what needs to get paid? I need to do this, this, and this. And every single week I was sitting down and budgeting out my money and what needed to go where, and I told my money where to go. And so for those of you that are sitting down right now making videos complaining about the economy, complaining about inflation and things being too expensive, change your fucking mind around money. Change your mindset around money. It has nothing to do with how much money you're making and everything else. It has to do with your money blocks that you have going on inside of your brain. If I find a penny on the floor now, I pick that penny up and I say, thank you, universe. Thank you for this money. And that brings me more money randomly throughout the week. Not to mention, when I started healing my relationship with money, I was able to sell my car. I didn't need a car to live in the city. I was able to pay off credit cards. Random jobs were coming into my mind. I started a furniture flipping business for myself, and I was making so much money that I was able to pay off so many things to the point where this year, or at the end of this year, I actually started saving money because I paid so many things off. The issue has nothing to do with inflation and you living paycheck to paycheck. Getting another job doesn't fucking help because you still have a negative mindset around money. It's the same thing with self-concept. Your values and beliefs about who you are as a woman is playing out in your romantic relationships, and your values and beliefs around money is playing out in your current reality when it comes to money and your job and living paycheck to paycheck.
Who else grew up low income and found themselves in adulthood not being able or not fully comfortable in investing in themselves? Okay, because that was me. I grew up with lots of conversations about debt and knowing the tea on the debt that we were in. Did things get better eventually? Yes, thankfully. But dang, I grew up with lots of those conversations. And so when I got into adulthood and I started having conversations with people about investing in yourself and doing all these things, I was like, what does that even mean? And I had to heal through a lot of just money issues that were deeply planted in me, to understand that in investing in ourselves and pouring into ourselves, we are telling the universe that we are worthy of investment and tapping into abundant energy. And I have to work through those things and understand that, oh, if I do this for myself, it's also creating this kind of ripple effect, this snowball effect of more things to come, more good things to come for me. And so, I'm a life and business coach now and an entrepreneur, content creator as well. And I've worked with coaches that help me through some of those things too. I worked with people to help me with aspects of my business development. And I invested and continue to invest in different arenas where, I'm not necessarily the specialist in certain spaces. I'm like, all right, I'm going to hire this person. I'm going to invest in that person because I know it's going to benefit me in the long run. And it's a worthwhile investment because it's contributing to my overall success. But I have to work through healing through the money issues, the money trauma, so that I can get here. But it is possible, and I want to normalize that, because I think sometimes folks are told, like, well, just invest, just do this. And it's like some people like myself had to really work through those things. But once it clicked, and I had the resources, I was like, I get it. I'm going to hire this person. I'm going to go ahead and get this service. I'm going to do that because it's all contributing to a bigger thing. And I'm worth investing in. So I also shout out to all my clients and the people that I've worked with in the past, and that have invested in me, because I know for some folks, I work with a lot of clients that come from underrepresented backgrounds. I was their first big investment, and that's a big, big deal. And I appreciate it. And just know you're not alone in this, and that it is possible. It may take some time, it may take some healing, but it is possible. And I just wanted to help hopefully bring some light to this and also just normalize it. You're not alone.
Okay, but honestly, how am I supposed to live, laugh, love when I can't even afford my antidepressants in this economy? I'm just wondering. That's my question. Thank you.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, man, if there's one thing I'm learning as I get older, is to appreciate your damn career, especially in hard-ass times like now. That person got laid off. That person got laid off. Still got a job, give thanks.
Hey, to all you who think like this, because I know a lot of people who think like this, just because you continue to go to work and continue to take care of what you need to take care of doesn't mean you're not depressed. I'm sorry to tell you, because that was 50 Cent's point. A lot of people can't afford to be depressed. They still gotta go to work. No, they're depressed. I know plenty of people at work who are just living off of whiskey because of how depressed they are. I don't get why y'all think depression is just someone sitting in the room all day jerking off and crying. You can still have severe depression and yet force your way through the day because you know that's what you have to do. You're just waiting for the right day where you finally say yes to taking yourself out. All this to say some advice that you should really take in a couple different aspects of life. If you don't know fuck all about what you're talking about, don't talk about it.
I don't pick a career based off of money because happiness is better than money. Okay, but bitch, when you have to like get a house one day, that's not going to fucking cut it, is it? Do you want to retire? If you had a child, I want you to think about like Christmas time and not being able to get them gifts.
All right, we gotta have a talk. I've been thinking about this as I've seen a lot more videos lately talking not so much about how much income people are making from these online businesses, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, master resale rights, whatever it may be. But I just got to get this off my chest. I hope you're still here and listen in on this because it's something that's really been bugging me for a bit. I fell victim to these income claims that I've seen everywhere, and I don't want anybody else to do that. See, all I kept seeing everywhere, even with the master resale rights, it happened, was that, you know, oh, I got a sale after 12 hours, man. This shit is awesome. You know, and I'm like, well, that's pretty sweet shit. All I got to do is sign up and then I can resell the course. So I had to create a social media account. Sure. I had to get on here and make videos. Sure. You know, but how hard can that be? I mean, I'm not a big social media guy, or I wasn't. I like it now, but you know, at the time I'm like, it can't be that hard to make a couple videos, right? And people are selling this in 12 hours must be something that people want. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, please, please, please do not fall victim for these income claims. If somebody's on here just simply every video telling you how much money they're making, oh, I've made $100,000 in the past 30 days. Oh, I've done this. I've done that. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. But what value are they really giving you? What information are they offering to you that you can use in the real world? See, when they just tell you, yeah, I've made this much money and you can do it too. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen because it happened to me. I signed up under this guy for the $7 training. I emailed him. I messaged him on here. I did whatever I could to try to get in contact with him so that I could have a mentor, if you will. And I never heard a fucking word, okay? So please, please, please do not fall victim to that nonsense. If you sign up under these people, they are going to disappear on you. You will get zero help from them. So what I'm asking you to do is listen to my videos. I try to give you information about the product that I'm selling. I'm not selling you money. I'm not telling you if you sign up under me, you'll make $100,000 in the next 6 months. I'm not telling you that at all. It's gonna take fucking work. I'm busting my ass to try and sell this shit because I want to leave my job so bad. And that's what it takes. So please do not think you're going to be rich overnight. Look at the product that you're buying. Understand it's going to take work. And if people are not giving you informative videos, chances are they're not going to be there to help you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So I have been dealing with depression for as long as I can remember, but a few weeks ago, it got really fucking bad. It got really bad. Stress was a huge contributor to it. And what I'm realizing is, at the time, it's like I felt really bad about money. The way that I felt about money was terrible. So I can understand when people say you have to change your mindset about money, you know, like I can understand that. But right now that I'm not depressed or my antidepressants are working, I feel fine about money. I feel okay. But when I'm depressed, oh my God, it's like, fuck money. I hate money. I can't believe I have to make money. Why do I have to work for money? Oh my God, money.
More and more people are feeling depressed because of and about and connected to money. I just want to say that if you feel this way, you're not alone. I feel this too. I wrestle with this all the time. And I know so many people who do. We feel shame, we feel less than, we feel like we'll never get ahead. Maybe you feel like, what's the point of any of this anyway? The whole world's gonna like explode in a fireball. Just like feel that for a second. It's okay to feel that way. And I know it's okay because we're not alone. There are so many people who think about their finances and feel depressed and anxious and stressed and defeated. And I'm not here to solve that for you. I'm just here to name it. I've been a speaker for a long time. I've read a lot of books on finance. I teach the subject, and I also find money often to be depressing. So hear that from me and know you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not your fault. It might be within your control. There might be things you can do to make it better, of course, but it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm going to go Goodwill hunting on you. It's not your fault, Will. It's not your fault. That still gives me the chills. But really, it's not. It's not. We cannot prepare for accidents and assume that we're going to anticipate everything that's going to happen. We're going to nail it every time. In fact, most of the things we learn about finances, we learn from making mistakes, from screwing up so bad that we remember the lesson and we do differently. So just know, if you feel depression, stress, anxiety about money, you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. There may be things you can do to make it better, but it's okay to feel that. Take it from me.
People always ask me, how did you get rid of your depression? The answer is money. Oh, but money doesn't buy happiness. Yes, it does, bitch. Yes, it does. Because listen to me. Imagine you're crying over childhood trauma and your lights get cut off. Bitch, you will kill yourself. Being sad as fuck and being able to order myself a nice meal on Uber Eats to feel better is good. Being able to go to my psychiatrist and afford my medicine is good. Being able to go to the store to buy myself a little trinket is a good thing. And this is why universal basic income would help so much with the mental health crisis that we have going on all over the fucking world. How the fuck are you gonna heal from past trauma if you're wondering how the fuck you're gonna pay your rent? Like, it's just not gonna happen. Let's be for real. Consistent paychecks, baby. That's the fucking answer that we got going on around here. Anyways, buy yourself something nice today.
I just want to say that money depression is a real thing. Like, when my money is messed up, I be so stressed. Life be feeling like it's gonna cut to an end. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Be ready to... But let me get some unexpected money out of somewhere. Let me get some extra money. Let the money be right. Oh, I be feeling like Bill Gates in this bitch.
You know, I always thought money would solve all of my problems. I don't have money yet, but I still kind of do think money would make me happy. But it's a bit concerning when you see rich people who are depressed, because I'm like, does that mean my decade-long depression is not going to go away with money? And that's kind of a scary thing of mine, because that's what I'm sort of relying on to be happy. I'm literally just waiting and working hard, quote unquote hard, to be rich, because then that's when I'll be happy. I don't think you can have depression for over a decade and then just get money and get over it. A lot of my problems would go away with money. Like, I would have more independence, I'd have more freedom. But a lot of my problems also stem from me not feeling cared for and loved and just liked in general, which means money does not solve that. Money doesn't make you more likable. Money doesn't make people care about you. So that's a bit of a concern, but I feel like at least 80% of my depression will go away with money.
Money and mental health go hand in hand. When I was at the depths of my depression and anxiety, I used spending as a way to cope with like everything. I kind of became addicted to spending money. And it didn't really matter what I was spending on. But I was so depressed and so anxious that it was just one thing that brought me a little bit of joy. Even though immediately after, I would feel panicked and wonder how I would pay rent. It's really no surprise that when my depression was at its worst in college, so were my spending habits. I remember like every weekend going into a thrift store. And because my weight fluctuated right along with my depression, I felt like my clothes never fit. So that's why I was always at this one store. I think it was called Revival. So I'd bring in old clothes to consign, and then I'd use that money to buy more clothes. But of course, I always spent more than what I got back. I even remember one time I literally adopted a dog, and I spent about $1,000 on toys to get it to stop chewing on things. And a week later, I realized I am ill-equipped to handle a dog. So I found him another home. But my whole point is do not sleep on your mental health. Your mental health pays the best dividends.
Hey, I want to give you some advice that my depression era grandfather gave me. As a millennial experiencing my millionth recession, I use his advice to get through whatever financial struggle I'm going through. I am paying down all my debts because if you owe debt at any time, those interest rates can go up. And during a recession, we do not want to owe more money. I keep a small amount of cash on hand. The rest of my cash is going into a high yield savings account to accrue more interest and have that interest rate work for me. I also heavily invest in stocks at this point because stocks are on discount. So I can shop around for broad market ETFs and get my stocks at discount, sellout prices. I also make peasant style dishes. TikTok has a ton of these recipes. You just need to find what you like. Make sure that they're stretch meals so chicken thighs can become chicken soup, chicken broth, whatever. Lastly, you're only going to buy essentials. I also have stopped following content creators who just want to sell you something and don't actually believe in the product. Instead, I follow content creators who are frugal, who are starting businesses, who are investing. I hope this helps. It's helped me for years and years, even after my grandfather passed. If there's anything you do, I would love to hear down in the comments. Okay, bye.
Okay, so let me tell you what people tend to do. If you're a person that's kind of in a low space in your life, not having the money that you want, feeling depressed, you just feeling like everything just against you, you have to tell yourself that you're not accepting it. No, this is not my life, because things that you grow through is only temporary, y'all. It's not permanent. You won't be that way forever. You won't not have the money that you want and need forever. It's temporary. So that's the part of, like I said before, you having faith, you knowing, you telling yourself, this shit is gonna work out for me. Hell nah, this ain't my life. Hell nah, I ain't gonna be broke forever. You have to consistently tell yourself that shit every day. Every time you have a negative thought, every time that you feeling that this shit is just the worst of the worst, tell yourself, this is not my life. No, I know.
These videos that start out with are you tired of working? Well, hell yes, I am. Are you stressed? Yes. Are your bills keeping you up at night? Yes. Okay, duh. Obvious questions, obvious answers, right? We're all flipping tired of trading our time for dollars. So listen, if you want to look at another model, another way of being, another way of doing things in a product that's delivered digitally, you don't have to stock your shelves anymore like I've been doing for 23 years. And you can homeschool your kid like I really want to do all the time and make 100% profit. Okay? Yes, I'm tired of trading my time for dollars. Yes, I was waking up stressed and depressed. Okay? Of course, it's obvious, right? Because we're Gen Xers and we're slipping through the flipping cracks. Sorry, I don't mean to get so crazy. Comment yes, and I will get you over a blueprint, an intentional blueprint for your life where you can literally learn all the skills you need to make $900 a day on your phone with the Wi-Fi and 2 hours of your time. You think you can do that? You think you can figure that out? Because I sure the hell can. Okay, bye.
Does anybody else feel like $100,000 would just literally change their life? I don't know if anybody would say no to that, but genuinely I'm just that would solve so many problems. I could pay off our student loans, I could pay off our car, credit cards, I could have the savings that I want, be prepared for second baby. It's just little things that add up to be a lot. I feel like the things I want aren't even it's not I'm trying to buy a Chanel bag. I'm genuinely just needing to have basic things. Making a list of everything I wanted to try to get before we have our second baby in May. And it just adds up, like, to get like my daughter's toddler bed, baby stuff that we need, and now we need a double stroller. I feel like in some ways we're a little bit behind our age group with like when it comes to finances, because we went to school a little bit later and I'm staying at home with our daughter instead of working and making money. It'd be a sacrifice to go work because I really feel like strongly I should be a part of this season mothering, but also it's a sacrifice not to work because financially, like, we feel the weight of that. Actually, when the lottery was happening a few weeks back for the Mega Millions, I was like imagining what we would do with it if we won. Like, it's just fun to think about. Anyway, I was just talking to my best friend about it and I was like, I think $100,000 would solve all my problems.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.